I think when I was in Europe, we were together, I think, like 6 weeks, and I had a one-way ticket to Europe booked at the time that I met him. So it was very much like it was like right away we were both being very upfront and truthful and honest with each other. So like things kind of like progressively just organically moved fast. But then like I had this one way ticket to Europe, and my plan had been like I was going to go overseas and explore and take it like one day at a time, and not like I didn't have it in my mind to like hurry up and come home. But when I was in Europe and he had only known me for 6 weeks, like there were times where it would be 6 o'clock in the morning where I was, and it would be 11 o'clock at night where he was, and he would have to wake up in like 5 hours, 6 hours, but he would stay like all morning or all of his night like on the phone with me while I told him like what I had planned. And he was just like, even though he had just basically met me, he was just always like so excited and supportive, and was like, oh, I know a place in Germany, I'll tell you that you can go check out. So I think that like having this essentially like person I just met, like all of his support and like attention and shit when I was overseas, I think I kind of knew there that like he was somebody that was worth like coming home for.
Probably right before, either right before or while she was in Europe, because she cut her trip short. First of all, she decided to continue the relationship going to Europe after we had only been seeing each other for a month, but then she cut her trip short just to come back to me. So sometime around that period. Even though sometimes she gets annoyed with it, but um, that she can chirp with me. She can go back and forth with me. She doesn't just like. I mean, sometimes she gets all pissy pants about it because I'm better at it than she is. Not a big deal, but um, she she can though. She'll fire back at me and stuff, and I like that. I don't like when people just like go, oh, can we just said that? Like, dude, just say something back. It's fun. We're having fun here, and she does. So I like that.
But it would probably be the first time that I ever clapped back or chirped back at him, because we always like talk shit to each other. And I remember like one of the first times that we ever hung out, him literally saying like, I've never met somebody that actually like talks shit back to me. So I would say probably when he realized that I can like, that I'm not super thin skinned. Shakira, Shakira. And that's pretty much it. He loves Shakira. Doesn't matter. 1999 Shakira, 2005 Shakira, 2019 Shakira. He loves them all.
Shakira, those hips don't lie. Jason Momoa.
That was a fast answer.
Yeah, it's too easy.
Jason Momoa. And same, Jason Momoa in the 90s, Jason Momoa with his shirt on, Jason Momoa preferably with his shirt off, but I love all forms of Jason Momoa.
True.
Ooh, he would be a tiger or a bear, because he's like a scavenger, just like one with nature, just like pouncing. You know what I mean? Just like, oh, you're gonna, fuck with me? Pounce. Like, you know what I mean? Like, don't mess with that guy. He is a predator. Whoa, wait. Wait, cut that.
A bear, easily a grizzly bear. I'm gonna just trump around, eat some berries, hang out. Don't fuck with me, because if you do, I'm gonna kill you. Okay, but as long as you leave me alone, we're cool. Don't worry about it. I'm just hanging out, doing my thing. Probably a parrot.
Why?
She can't shut the hell up, and just constantly has to make some kind of sound come out of her face.
Oh my gosh, I would be a dog that belongs to a single middle-aged woman.
Why a single middle-aged woman?
Because I feel like, and you can, this is fine. I feel like they just take care of their dogs. You know what I mean? They spoil them. Like, they give them like 3 square meals a day. They make sure that they're always tucked in, ready for bed. They, give them all the toys. They take them to get groomed. They take them on play dates. So, I won't say this again, and I will never admit it, even though I know it's going to be shown. Sometimes when he's singing, I think he has a really good singing voice. Like, very, just good. Like, it sounds good to hear.
I love that.
So, and he's also really good at preparing
For the end of the world.
for the end of the world, when he wakes up one day from his irrational fear and realizes that the world has ended and it's only me and him. Because his thing is also always like, what are you gonna do? You know what I mean? Like, he's like, I want to make sure that you're okay, but like, what are you gonna do to protect yourself? And I'm like, I don't know, like holy water and salt. Like, that's pretty much all there is.
I make mead. That's about it.
That is
I
something
can make my own alcohol. I think Angie's a really good. I think she's a really good baker. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I do. I also think she actually, and honestly, from the time we've met for the last 3 years, I think she's improved too on it. But she's been getting better and better at making sauce. All right, like, she still wants to figure out how her grandma makes it, but she wants to get to like that level. And honestly, she doesn't think she's always bitching about like, oh, my sauce is crap, which is funny because in the last 3 years I've all of a sudden become an Italian food snob out of nowhere. And I think she does a really good job personally, but she doesn't give herself any credit for it. So that and the baking thing, I bought her all this baking stuff for I think it was Christmas. Yeah, Christmas. She wanted stuff to bake, and she's just like, she'll just find random shit that we have and just whip something up because she wants something sweet. And yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah. Usually this takes place around like 10, 11 o'clock at night on like a Friday or Saturday. And she's just like, like, I want some cake. Like, I want something. And she just goes and throws some shit together, and it's good. So.
Oh my gosh, I hope Mike answered this, because this is truly a talent. My hidden talent is making shit up in my own head. Also, I can make a song out of anything. Like, anything. And I get so mad because I sometimes just want Mike to like turn around and be like, damn, you just came up with that? That was really good. But he never does. And I don't know if he does it because he doesn't pay attention or because he doesn't want to like boost the ego. But in any situation, We can be like cooking and the onions will start to burn and I'll be like, oh no, the onions are burning. We're gonna have to do something with the onions. Throw them in the trash. Throw them in the trash. And nay, nay. And nay, nay. Oh, he likes it strong. If it's on the Keurig, he wants it strong. He wants 2 Splendas in it and a little bit of lactose-free milk. But also occasionally wants the sugar-free French vanilla creamer that we have. That's pretty much it. Strong and like a little bit light, a little bit sweet. And he loves a shot of espresso in his coffee.
I usually put a Splenda, sometimes a little bit of the creamer, but most of the time just a little milk in it too. She does not like tea. She hates tea. Um, Her coffee though, it depends. Are we going to Dunks or are we here talking about here?
Both.
Okay, so Dunks, it's a medium iced coffee with caramel and cream, or sometimes vanilla and cream. Here, it's basically just she wants the vanilla creamer in it, and just that.
I hate tea. Mike drinks tea, but not really. I hate tea. But I will put French vanilla creamer, caramel creamer. I mostly take it from the drive-through window at Dunkin' Donuts. If I'm being honest, I am taking it. I go to Dunkin' Donuts. I get a medium iced with French vanilla and cream. Sometimes I'll get caramel and cream. Sometimes I'll get he likes the butter pecan frozen at Dunkin'. But yeah, if I'm making it at home, French vanilla creamer, and sweet and light. And if I'm not home, Dunkin' Donuts.
How often do you go to Dunkin'?
So there's 7 days in a week. Okay. That's at least 7. And then sometimes if like today, I wanted to go this morning and then I wanted to go this afternoon. Sometimes I go twice. Sometimes I go 3 times. So on average, I'd say 12 times a week. Ooh, any trip to Vegas. Oh my gosh. The trip to Vegas after COVID, not after COVID had ended, but like the second one we took after COVID had ended. It was incredible. We had the best time. We were there for 3 days and we were winning a lot. We were, winning subjectively a lot. We were drinking, eating good food. We were dancing on Fremont Street to the live bands. It was a lot of fun.
Let's be real. All the trips to Vegas. We fucking love Vegas. That's our place. And we always have a great time when we go. Like we always do. We go to Fremont Street, we get drunk, we listen to music, we dance, we gamble. Like it's fun. So, any trip to Vegas we've had probably is like my favorite trips together.
He gives me shit about my spending, and every time the doorbell rings and he's like, oh my god, it's another package for you, it's always to him. So anything revolving his brewing stuff and anything revolving hockey, today he got this beautiful package in the mail. Today, literally, this morning. And I was hopeful for a second. I'm like, oh my god, maybe he bought me like that shelf. No, he bought a hockey stick.
I feel like she would probably say hockey shit, but or gambling at the casino. Jesus Christ, Amazon, like all the time, and this Sheen, this new Sheen thing. Jesus Christ, like a box shows up and there's like 40 items in there, and then she's like, I don't like this. This is the why don't you send this back? And I'm like, well, why did you get so many freaking things at once? Like, why don't you get like a couple things, figure it out, and then adjust fire? But no, it's like I got to get them all, and then play dress up, and then send it all back. Like, what was, I don't know.
Online shopping, for sure. Yeah. And I'll deny it, but I pretty much average about 2 to 3 packages per day. Are we recording? A Victorian era prostitute? Like, I don't know, Victorian era woman of the night? Like, a Victorian era anything is the answer.
I would dress her up as like a because she's got the look. She totally has the look. I want to dress her up as like a Roman era hierarchy like woman, like with the toga and the headdress thing with the stuff coming down, and like the hair is colored like in a weird like reddish pink type thing, and she's got the gold hanging, but like I said, the toga, like I think she would be perfect for that. She looks like every fucking Roman and Greek statue like you see from the time period. It's like you don't realize like you are like that's you. Like that would be a perfect costume. Just for her own fun and entertainment, maybe have me dress up like a Viking or something, just so that later in the evening she can address the Viking thing in a more passionate, way. So
For sure have to be Jason Momoa. I think he'd be incredible as like a Power Ranger. Um, or Jason Momoa. Oh, to impress me? Anything housewives, but to impress me, what would have impressed me? Being in the food, being in the cooking, being in the shopping. Probably anything housewives.
um let's see. Jersey Shore, Real Housewives, Sons of Shaw, or was it Shaws of Sunset? Like, like I gotta be honest, I'll watch it, but I don't give a shit about any of that. All these people are superficial douchebags, okay? And like how people get so involved with this shit, no offense, Megan, just is beyond me. Because I'm like, these people just suck at life. Like they don't understand any type of like actual struggle. When they're like, oh my god, I was anorexic when I was like 14 and nobody understood me. And I'm like, oh, you were super skinny. That's so terrible. And you got people living on the streets, eating out of dumpsters. And it's like, and now these people are millionaires. And I'm like, oh, it's so bad for you. Like, shut up. Anything involving history. Anything involving history.
history and politics. I'm like, yeah, I totally know what happened in 1839 when the fucking Romans came over and sacrificed lambs. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, I totally remember when like the University of Montana won that World Series. Like, yeah, I was there. I was watching. Like, yeah.
Oh, God.
I wouldn't say I pretend to be interested though, because he knows I'm not. Oh, okay, that's actually so easy. His irrational fear is that the world is going to go into a state of panic, and overnight we're going to wake up and it's just going to be like an all-out war. Like, we're going to have to be like prepared for everything. The power is going to go out, cables going out, internet's going out. Like, we need a backup plan. How are we going to communicate if we're both not like in the same house? Like, we have to make sure we have notes and steps and an emergency plan. So I would say that his most irrational, silly fear is thinking that we're going into an apocalypse literally this year.
I'm deadly afraid of snakes.
Yeah?
Like 100%. I have a phobia
Okay,
of snakes.
that's yours then.
I hate snakes. But I don't think that's irrational. Okay. They're literally the symbolism of Satan. Okay. If you look into like historical shit, the Norse people hated the serpents. Okay. And the Irish tried to, St. Patrick kicked all the snakes off of Ireland. So, I mean, there's something to that. Snakes suck. Okay. Bottom line. God, how much time do you have? the one that drives me nuts is freaking the scorpion thing. Like, she is so freaked out by like a black light. They're like 30 yards away, and she's like, "Oh my God!" and like just takes off. And I'm like, "It's a bug. You just step on it, and it's dead. Like, that's it. It's a bug." And she is just so freaking freaked out by those things. But for me, probably that one. Although on the flip side of that, her most irrational, like, "Oh no, it's fine" thing is she talks about if I ever took her to Montana, she's gonna go pet a bear, feed it a carrot. I'm like, first of all, it doesn't eat carrots, okay? And second of all, you're not gonna feed the fucking bear, because it will rip your goddamn face off. So, but she's like, "No, it's fine." Okay.
I am convinced that I have like a stalker for no other reason other than I am so paranoid that like when I'm home alone and Mike's not here, somebody's watching me. They know like when he leaves, they know when he's gonna be here, like they know everything, where I am at certain times of the house, because our house has so many windows. So I just always feel like I'm being watched.
Perfect.
Or running into like a celebrity somewhere, like a really hot celebrity, and like being like in pajamas, you know what I mean? Like not being able to take a selfie because you don't feel great about it. That would suck. Like if I ran into Jason Momoa in public, like I'd be so mad.
Looking like a scrub.
Right. That's
Momoa.
terrible.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have nightmares about that.
Yeah.
I think anything that's too revealing, which I don't have a lot, but anything that's too revealing, like a crop top, he's not cool with. Anything that shows the assets, he's not cool with. So I dress like a very good Catholic girl.
I would get rid of like at least 50% of the shoes and the purses in there because they never get touched. They are literally just collecting dust with no purpose at all. Probably my black polo with the Titans hockey thing on it. She hates that I wear that thing all the time. That black polo. She hate because she's like, you have other clothes, Michael. You have other clothes. I'm like, I know, but this one's just it's comfy. Like I like it. But she's always just like, oh, wear something else. Wear something else.
He has shirts that he wears all the time. Like if okay, we'll start. Black polo with Titans embroidered logo on it, and any Pittsburgh Steelers shirt that he has that has a hole in his chest. Okay, he wears these shirts that have holes in them, in their chests, in their sleeves, in their stomachs. Like, don't wear holes, you know? And he's like, oh, I don't want to throw it away. I've had it for, 15 years. And I'm like, yeah, that means it's time to throw it away. Throw it away, throw it away. Here's me making up a random song. Well, besides myself, the best gift I have given him. Oh, he loves the the decanter set that's in his office. It's like a globe and it has two little glasses. He always talks about, and it's so funny because out of all the gifts I've gotten him, that's like the very low hanging fruit. You know what I mean? Out of all the things, that's what he likes. But
I mean, aside from on the same day I had planned to ask her to marry me, she planned me a surprise graduation party, which was really, really cool. So, I mean, aside from that, around that same time period, she took me to Bisbee as like a getaway for my graduation from grad school. But that trip kind of ended up sucking ass because whoever she was talking to down there lied to her, saying like, oh yeah, things were open back up, blah, blah. Everything was closed down there except like one bar / restaurant. But it'd have been like, the thought was really cool because there was so much there I would have loved to have seen, but I couldn't. But probably that I really liked that, like just the fact that she knew going to like an old mining town with historical stuff like would be, yes, for me. So probably that expensive ass stone that's on her finger. But that's just my opinion. So
okay, the engagement ring. Like, come on. Obviously, the engagement ring.
Obviously.
That or one year he bought me board games because I was talking about how much like I just wanted to sit at home and play board games and just hang out like off of our phones, no technology. So he just like surprised me one day and brought home like board games. And I thought that was really sweet. Cheez-Its. He loves Cheez-Its. Cheez-Its or anything sweet.
I can already tell you what I know what she's gonna say mine is
What?
Cheez-Its.
Is it?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I love Cheez-Its. I mean, literally, Snackies could be just anything. Anything. If she'd go make quesadilla, just some shredded cheese and a tortilla, like Snackies, some grapes, Snackies. But that would probably be the last thing she'd go reach for. But I mean, I've been buying these Chex Mix things, and she's been fucking those things up. I know that's for sure. Like, I think she's been eating more of those than me. So I don't know.
So she's fucking up to some Chex Mix.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, last time I was at Sam's Club, she was asking me to look for chocolate. What do you call it? Like chocolate stuffed croissants, like that kind of stuff. And I'm like, I don't see that anywhere.
I've imagine when I ask her what her favorite snackies are, she's gonna list a laundry list of them. I don't think she'll even
Probably.
be able to come up with one.
She just likes, as she would say, she likes anything. She likes things that are satisfying.
Satisfying.
Which is why, like, you know, we try and eat clean and stuff like that. She's like, it's not satisfying. I'm like, it's not supposed to be satisfying. It's supposed to make you feel full and you move the fuck on. Like, that's it. It's like.
Ooh, he likes Outlander. He likes, okay, literally anything that's historic.
Jesus. Probably currently Outlander.
Okay.
Or anything on the History Channel. Oh my god. Probably anything involving the Real Housewives. Like whichever one of the series. She watches them all seemingly religiously. Except for Orange County. For some reason she doesn't like that one. But
Anything housewives. Ooh, I think as far as I'm more of a dreamer, like I'm more like, oh, let's just hop on a plane and let's just like take this trip. But as far as like actually going, like doing things that a tip like we could do, it's Mike. Like he's all about nature and getting out there and hunting and anything that has to do with just like exploring.
probably her. I feel like I've done certain things in my life to where I'm a little more. I prefer a little more low key type thing. I mean, don't get me wrong. I would still have no problem walking into the northern Rocky Mountains with just a bow and a 45 at my hip into bear and mountain lion land and go try and shoot an elk. But as far as certain other things, I'm just kind of like, I'm good. Oh my God, she always talks about doing something where she would be um, like investigating people, like digging into people's past type shit, and trying to or trying to find people, you know, something. Honestly, probably a bounty hunter. She'd probably love like, and it honestly would probably be a great job for both of us too, because I could actually do the physical like grabbing people part of it and going to get them, and she could do the locating them aspect of it. So we could have a family business in the future. So
To be a professor or to work with veterans one on one in an effort to like help them. So working with veterans as like a resource or being anything in history really, but a history professor.
my dream job would probably be either a uh, like a tenured professor at like, you know, of history at like Penn State or some, you know, like just a like even the University of Montana, just something like that. But if that wasn't the case, I would love to just work. You know where they go and they like Europe, U.S., whatever, they have like archaeological digs, and then they bring in a historian also who works with them, a couple historians to do background research on like the location and stuff like that. Italy, basically just tour. Let me rephrase that: touring Europe, just a whole thing, which is what we wanted to do for our um, honeymoon originally before the scamdemic. So
Ireland, Germany, really anywhere overseas where we can go to different locations of like where his ancestors are from. I think he'd really like that.
Just
Your dream.
my dream, same thing, honestly. Like that's what I wanted to do. Based our plan was to start in like Ireland and then like fly into like London and then go check out because I wanted to go to the Royal British Army Museum because I mean you're talking about almost 1,000 years of history there, and I want to go check that out. But then check out Scotland and then Ireland, kind of like where my ancestry, comes from and stuff, the Scottish and Irish. And then we're gonna go down to Germany, where more of my ancestry is too. But then I wanted to take her down to Bavaria because that was always my favorite part in Europe. Was down there in the Alps, Munich, all that stuff where Oktoberfest is. Go down there, Neuschwanstein, the Zugspitz, all that, and then take a train or keep driving down. They're going to Italy, and then just tour down through Italy because I wanted to see Calabria, like where her ancestors are from and stuff. So yeah, that was our original plan. We had a whole thing planned out, and then just so.
Pandemic.
Yep. Or scamdemic, whatever. Tomato.
When I first met Mike, he felt like home.
Loud. In my kitchen at my little shoebox 1-bed 1-bath apartment that she eventually moved in with me. I had her sitting up on the counter in my apartment and I kissed her. So
His apartment. We were up very late at night. You probably have to edit this part out, but you already know this.
Yeah.
We were up very late at night. It was like 2 or 3 a.m. and I was like, we were just fucked up. And I was sitting on the counter and he just came up and kissed me. He kissed me first. I remember that, but
That's a good
cutie.
gosh, she calls me different shit. Puka bear, schnookums. Just, I think whatever pops into her damn head at the moment. Like, that's about it. I don't think she has like an actual pet name for me. But yeah, Pookie Bear, I've heard, and yeah, Schnookum. She's just a little like Mr. Pookie Bear thing to me sometimes, which I don't know why. So it's my child. So
What do
I call him Bubs. Oh, I talk in this like, and that's not a word. It's just what I refer to him as, like the noises I make, and he knows I'm talking about him. Babe, baby, Mikey, Jonesy, cutie patootie. Babe, baby, some Italian joke. Oh, he always calls me an angry Italian. I mean, I don't know if that counts as a pet name, but I really.
yeah, I call her. It's so stupid, but I call her my sassy lemon for whatever reason.
What do you mean?
I don't know. Well, cause like
You're sassy what?
lemon,
Lemon?
because like like her grandma has like lemon stuff, and I did limoncello, and then she has like lemon stuff everywhere too. And then I'm like, well, a lot of lemons are grown in southern Italy, like they're big with limoncello and stuff like that. So I just like, she's my sassy lemon. She's from southern Italy, so that's where I went.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I love it. Sassy lemon.
But you gotta say it, sassy lemon.
Sassy lemon.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, put that little dash above the O. Lemon.
Lemon.
Lately, what she's been talking about, I'm sure she'd never admit this, but buying a big ass piece of land in Wyoming or Montana to build a house on and live a quiet life out in the country, in the mountains. But she would never admit that to anybody, and I guarantee it.
Land or like a house in Montana.
That exact thing. Probably working, honestly.
Watching TikTok, watching Bravo, answering emails, or drunk. Playing hockey, playing golf, or at a bar drinking.
Probably playing hockey.
His legs. His legs or his calves, for sure.
Titties. Probably dancing. Honestly.
Mike thinks he's really good at everything, but I'm here to tell you it ain't so.
Oh my god.
Respectfully, though.
Respectfully.
And he is actually good at a lot of things, and it makes me sick, but yeah.
What's one thing that he thinks he's really good at, though? That he just is not?
Oh. Shit talking? Because he thinks that Mike thinks he's really funny.
Okay.
And he's funny, but like in comparison to me, he's not. Right. You know what I mean? So he has to like know his audience.
Empathy.
Okay, Chad.
I don't even know what that word means.
Communication. Interests.
Probably I would the way she talks about it, like sometimes about like moving, if she ever moved to another country, she talks about moving to Italy, but like living, you know, probably somewhere southern Italy on the Mediterranean, probably. Or Greece. She always talks about Greece too, but I'm like, yeah, your economy is trash. I don't know if you want to do that. I bring a little more of the geopolitical side to it, so I'm like,
Where?
Europe. Europe. A small little town in Europe. Literally anywhere. I mean, maybe not anywhere. But like, yeah, just a place that has like little cobblestone roads and local little boutiques and really good restaurants. Simple life, yes. Well, a place where we like walk to the flea market you know what I mean, on Saturdays and get our fresh groceries, and we hang up our clothes to dry, just like the simple life. Yeah. But anywhere with Mike, as long as it's a simple life. Bass Pro Shop, Cabela's, any kind of gun ammunition place, outdoorsy places, yeah, for sure. Hockey places, it's a sale. What? Yeah, we're buying. Pretty much anywhere that involves anything that he likes to do. we're definitely buying.
Bass Pro.
Sounds about right. And would it be?
Yeah. Yeah. Especially in the firearm department.
He doesn't like that I talk a lot, and I talk a lot of shit. And I'm sorry, okay? I come from a very New Jersey, Italian family. We're not really known for being like, oh, it's okay, we'll address this in church. Like, no. You piss us off, we're gonna tell you pissed us off. And I just don't think he appreciates it, you know? Mm-hmm. It's heartbreaking, really.
The fact that she can't finish a freaking bottle of water. Like, how the hell do you just drink half of this shit and then go get another one and leave like 5 bottles just sitting randomly throughout the house? Just finish one. How hard is that? Oh my God. You know what I do in the morning? I wake up in the morning, okay? I've been getting up at 5 a.m. I work out. I get done working out and I walk around the house and I grab her partially drank bottles of water and I just chug them before I get into the shower so as to not waste water.
That's really good.
That's how I hydrate in the mornings. So, but I'm just like, it drives me insane. I don't know when to quit. I'll keep going sometimes when I probably should stop the mouth, but I'll just dig my hole happily.
Dig your grave?
Yep, dig my grave.
Answer is his worst habit is watching football, college football specifically, but sometimes Sunday NFL. He acts like everything that happens in the game is personal. So like he'll throw things, he'll scream. I've been concerned that the neighbors were gonna like come over here and be like, is everything good? Like, I hate that. And every game. And he'll even do it like he was watching the Olympics and he was like getting all into it and like screaming at the TV, and I'm like, you don't even care about rugby, you know, you don't even care about women's swimming, but he's like, come on, you know. It's just, oh my God, it drives me insane. Ooh, well, see, he's a doomsday prepper. Probably water, but his knife, his gun, probably his gun.
He can only bring one thing.
I mean, his gun. His one thing would be his gun. I mean, because I would say phone, but like, who would bring their phone to a deserted island? It's not going to have service. His gun.
One other thing, Jesus. Water. I don't want to die. So
Think less practically and more like luxury.
Oh.
What luxury would you bring? Day to day.
Survivor man. Day-to-day item? I'm on an island, fishing pole. So I'm just gonna fish all the time. Keep talking is what popped into my head. Cause lately I just have this thing where it honestly reminds me a lot of basic training, where the drill sergeant is just kind of yelling at me and saying things, not because they want me to respond, just because they want to say the shit. So I just sit there and I just take it. I just wait until they're done. Then we move on.
Accuse him of something he didn't do. I've learned, just don't accuse the man. That's it.
I don't think she's learned shit. Probably, as cheesy as it sounds, it's probably I would say the Ed Sheeran and Andre Botticelli. Oh my God, what's that? What's the name of the song? I can sing it, but I can't think of the name of the song. The one that Ed Sheeran sang with like everybody.
Perfect.
Thank you. Yeah, but specifically that one. So.
Okay. Perfect. That's the one I have a video of you guys dancing to.
I mean, hell, right.
I was hoping it was that one.
And I mean, shit. I have there's a video somewhere out there of me and Giancarlo drunk off our asses singing on a balcony. That song, the Italian part of that song together.
Con te nell'oscurità, stretti e forte poi, piedi nudi noi, dentro la nostra musica, dato sempre e sussurrando dentro no, stasera sei perfetta per me. Un grande, you got it. Man, you got it.
La mia famiglia vive in